Good morning, MegaPodlings. Krazy Joe here. I am on my way to see Teen Titans Go to the movies. I'm excited about this. I've been wanting to see this movie for a while now. It just opened last weekend, and I couldn't go last weekend because I was in Florida. If you've been watching the videos, you know that. So this is the first opportunity I've had to go, and I'm on my way to the theater now. Now, while I was in Florida, you know, you're a little bit out of the loop when you're at a place like Disney World because, like, your whole world becomes Disney. You're focused on what's going on in the parks. You're not really on your phone. You're not really checking the news constantly. So things going on in the world kind of get by you for a couple days until you leave the parks and go home and you start catching up on everything that was happening on Facebook and things that you missed because you weren't really paying attention to those things. And what I found is that while I was in Florida, MoviePass went to hell in a handbasket. Anyone keeping track of this, last week MoviePass started blacking out showings of Mission Impossible and Mission Impossible Fallout, and they said going forward you're not going to be able to see any of the big blockbuster movies within the first couple weeks of release. They're hemorrhaging money, it seems. So that was last week, and I missed out on all that. Well, they've all week been assuring people, no, we're still here, we're still around, we're still functioning, everything's great here at MoviePass. We're just, there's just a little bit of an embargo for the first couple weeks on new releases, to help our cash flow problems, but don't worry, we're working for everything else. So tonight is the first night I have tried to use MoviePass since all this nonsense happened. And I had a friend who said he tried to go to see Teen Titans Go to the movies last night, and he found that all the showings on the app were gone. There was no showings for any movie. You couldn't see anything. All the theaters were showing no more showings. Well, we checked this afternoon, and they were showing movies. You can go and see a movie just fine this afternoon. So whatever problems they were having last night have been cleared up by morning time, afternoon. Now I'm ready to go out to the theater, and I'm getting today what he was getting yesterday. It's showing no showings whatsoever. So the MoviePass is dying before our very eyes. It's just failing. Now I don't have to worry. I paid for the year, and I've done the math. They charged me in January for the full year, and I've done the math, and I've already gotten my money's worth. More than my money's worth. It's paid for itself. So if it crashes forever and goes away for good now, I don't have to feel like I was ripped off or I didn't get what I paid for. I certainly got my money's worth off of it already. So no complaints there. It's disappointing. I might be signing up for the AMC service very soon because it doesn't look like MoviePass is going to work anymore. At least it's not working tonight, and it wasn't working last night, and I may never get to use MoviePass again. This might be the death knell. We'll see. So we're going to go in here, and I'm going to try one more time with my MoviePass. I'll give my MoviePass one more time, see if it's showing showings for this theater. And if it's not, I guess I'm just paying the old-fashioned way and maybe signing up for the AMC service. I don't really like AMC theaters, though. Of course, I'm going to an AMC theater tonight, but it's very rare that I go to AMC theaters. I've had some bad experiences at AMC's. So here we go. Let's see if maybe MoviePass is back up by now. In the time I was recording this, maybe it came up. We'll see. I have arrived at my local AMC theater, got my refillable popcorn bucket, and no, MoviePass is still dead. Looks like I'm paying for this one the old-fashioned way. Hey, my glasses are fogging up. Can you see that? Can you see that? Because of the humidity. As soon as I stepped out of the car, my glasses started fogging up. Well, let's go see this movie. All right, I got my ticket. Now, you may remember I said I've had problems at this theater before. I actually had a free pass to come back to this theater because of some shenanigans that went on the last time I was here. So I didn't actually have to pay for this, even though MoviePass is down. There's the movie poster. I'm very excited about this movie. I love the TV show Teen Titans Go. I have a 10-year-old daughter, and it's a very, very kid-friendly show. But, you know, my daughter watches a lot of TV shows that I can't stand, and I gotta suffer through them because she wants to see them. This is one of the few shows I can watch with her that really, really makes me laugh, because the humor on this show is actually written towards the adults. If you watch the show, there's just tons and tons of jokes that would go way over the kids' heads. Like there's jokes about the Golden Girls and My Cousin Vinny and all these things that you know the kids are not getting. It's written for the parents. I think it's the mentality of Sesame Street. If you watch Sesame Street, they used to write to the parents so that the parents would watch it with the children. It was a goal to get the parents and the kids watching together. So they would write it on that level. So there were a lot of jokes that the parents would get. And I really think that's what they're going for on this show. Because some of the jokes, there's no way, they're way over the kids' heads. So I've been dying to see this. Now, my wife is taking the 10-year-old to see it, so that means I'm on my own, because when she takes the 10-year-old to see it, I gotta sit with the 3-year-old. So I'm on my own for this one. So far, I'm completely alone in this theater. Taking my seat. Teen Titans Go to the Movies. Let's talk about it. It is a fun movie. It is probably the funniest superhero movie ever made. That's probably true. I mean, Deadpool and Guardians of the Galaxy, and there's a few funny superhero movies, but Teen Titans Go to the Movies will make you laugh. The premise of the film is that every superhero is getting a movie, and Robin is very upset that the Teen Titans don't have a movie, or himself. He'll settle for a Robin movie. He doesn't even need the other Titans. He just wants to be in a movie very, very badly. The movie really, really spoofs the current trend of superhero movies. We see movie posters for fake superhero movies. We actually see Batman and Superman in the middle of shooting Batman v Superman 2 in a scene where they bond over having the same name for their mother. But then there's some dissent because they don't have the same, their fathers don't have the same name. I'm not going to tell you all the jokes. You guys see the movie. I almost spoil things. But that's just one little example. It's really, and it's a musical, and the songs are funny. Michael Bolton actually sings a song in the movie called Upbeat Motivational Song About Life, and that's very entertaining. Robin has a big song about what his superhero movie would be like. The movie is filled with cameo appearances by other superheroes, many of them very, very funny. Nicolas Cage actually does the voice of Superman. You may remember back in the 90s, Nicolas Cage was supposed to play Superman in Tim Burton's Superman Lives. Well, he finally gets a chance to play Superman because he's the voice of Superman in this movie. Will Arnett, who's a producer of the film, provides the voice of Deathstroke, who oddly enough, they don't call him Deathstroke in the movie. They call him Slade. Now, Deathstroke's real name is Slade Wilson, so that's not completely out of left field, but it is a little weird. I mean, Slade isn't exactly a threatening name. That's like if you do a Batman movie where the Penguin is the villain, but instead of calling him the Penguin, you just call him Oswald. Yeah, technically his name is Oswald, but why wouldn't you call him the Penguin? It was a little weird. They didn't call him Deathstroke, but Will Arnett's the voice of Deathstroke. Slightly disappointed he wasn't the voice of Batman, because he's so good as the voice of Lego Batman in the Lego movies. When I heard he was in the voice cast, I thought for sure he was going to be Batman, but he's not. I don't think I'm giving anything away here because it's in the trailers, but there's a running gag about how the Titans keep thinking that Deathstroke is Deadpool. He keeps saying, "How come everyone thinks I'm Deadpool?" people should think he's me because I came first. It's very funny because it's true. I don't know. I think this movie's doing respectably at the box office. It's not a huge hit, but I think for what it costs to make, I think it's turned a fairly decent profit. So it would be nice if they made more. I would definitely go see a Teen Titans Go to the Movies sequel. So yeah, without giving away all the jokes, which I don't want to do, all I can say is go see Teen Titans Go to the Movies if you haven't already. It's very funny. It'll make you laugh. It's one of the best superhero movies of the summer, and in a summer that includes Deadpool, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Avengers, all of which were good. It's not bad company to be in, so I recommend it. Is there anything else I can add? I'm racking my brain. It's been a couple days. I was on vacation, so I haven't really shot a video in a while because I've been spending time with the family. So yeah, I can't think of anything else I would add there, except if you like the series Teen Titans Go, you will enjoy the movie. It's very funny. Little reminder, we are around the middle of August right now as I shoot this, and I am taking part in the Dog Days of Podcasting. New podcast every day for the month of August. You can find these podcasts at the MegaPodTastic Podcast link down below. Just click it there. Or, and this is what I recommend you do. You don't have to, but this is what I recommend. Go to the dogdaysofpodcasting.com. I will also put that link down below where you can subscribe to the Mega Feed. This is a feed that will allow you to hear every single podcaster taking part in the Dog Days of Podcasting, and there's over 20 of us. It is a lot of fun. Of course, you can listen to just one show. If you just want to hear my show daily, you can do that on my feed. But when you listen to the Mega Feed, you get to a point about halfway through the month where the participants in the Dog Days of Podcasting are listening to what each other is saying on their respective podcasts, and we start kind of commenting back and forth, and it becomes a lot of fun. There's a lot of interplay between the shows traditionally, so that alone, it's worth listening to the Mega Feed. I say listen to the Mega Feed. It's a lot of fun. So if you've never listened to the MegaPodTastic Podcast, maybe now is your time to give it a shot. They're short, like 10 minutes or less each usually for the daily shows. When we're not doing Dog Days, it's about an hour. But when we're doing a show each day, they're short shows. And our topic this year is summer blockbusters. We're talking about some of the great summer blockbusters from the past. We've talked about Back to the Future. We've talked about E.T. We've talked about Star Wars. Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Different one every day. So check it out. Give it a listen. Go see Teen Titans Go to the Movies. And I also owe you guys a review on Christopher Robin. So stay tuned for that. Until then, keep on wearing those pajamas.